my senior STEM project, I did the unexpected values of after-school programs. So for my mission, I volunteered at the BHS Center. At the time, I would work with the kids on homework, play games with them, supervise their behaviors. I would generally do this for 4 to 7 hours per week. So why I chose to do this? I chose to do this because when I was a kid, I was involved in after-school programs a lot, and I wanted to give back to the boat community. Because I enjoyed it at the time. I never really thought of it too much, but it was a really good experience. And I definitely wanted to do something with it because I never really worked with kids too much. I did umpire some baseball games when I was younger, but I never really had a full experience to do it. So here's some pictures of the youth center. On the far left, you can see the picture of the gym with the basketball court. That's where they would go typically after they finished their homework. And they would actually do homework too. You can see the table right there. And then the picture in the middle is basically a wall in the classroom. You know, they would hang like students' work there. Basically just showed like, in that picture, just all their names and everything. It'd be like a 3rd or 4th grade classroom. And then the one on the far right, that's a picture of the actual classroom. You know, that's what it basically like, so right when the kids get to the youth center, they would, you know, run around for 15, 20 minutes outside, come in, go in their classroom, do some homework. And it's actually a really cool classroom. If you go in there, it has everything you need, games, pencils, everything that a student would need to do their homework. Alright, so here's some more pictures here. On the far left, you can see there's some pictures of a couple kids playing Legos. Like I said, after the main goal there for the youth center was to make sure all the students got their homework done. So after that, they would be able to, you know, play games and do homework, play Legos. In the middle, there's some ping pong, and on the far right, there's they're reading and writing. And then there's another picture of the kids. You know, every kid was really enthusiastic to be in the picture, as you can see on the far left. That sign actually says "Good Boys." You can't tell, but yeah, they really wanted to have that in, so I couldn't say no. And then in the middle, there's a picture of 2 more girls who were playing the game Life, and then there's a picture there. Not too sure what that is. And on the far right, there's another picture of a couple girls playing Legos. Then here on the far left, there's another picture of a girl, and then there's me in the middle. And then the far right's another picture of the kids who really wanted to be in it. You can tell just by how they act and really wanted to be in it. So my essential question for this project, what are the benefits of after-school programs such as the BHS Center? So some positive effects from children being in these after-school programs is they develop lifelong friendships. And what I mean by that is, you could see in all those pictures before that they're really enthusiastic about being in the pictures. You know, they're all really good friends. You know, at that age, you know, you're so young that you're able to just like fully talk to everyone and just be involved with them. And you're able to also develop behavioral and social skills. Because at that young age, it's so crucial for, you know, kids to be able to, you know, function properly with their peers and everyone, and that they're able to understand the importance of their homework. You know, homework is the #1 thing there at the BHS Center, and basically for all after-school programs, my research has found, because it's right when you go in the youth center, you know, you have to, you know, you play outside for like 20 minutes, then you go inside, and you know, the first thing you do is your homework. If you don't have that done, then you don't get to play games. But you know, basically all the kids wanted to play the game, so it was a really good motivation factor to do their homework. And they become more engaged academically, obviously, if they're you know, focusing on their homework, because when they go home, you know, they're not going to have a whole lot of homework, but when they're in school, you know, they're gonna most likely, you know, care about it because they definitely want to, you know, succeed. And they develop a sense of interest for the future. But at that age, you know, you're not entirely sure what you want to do, but you definitely get a good sense because so many kids are like unique at the youth center, and really all after-school programs. And there's so many different things that everyone wants to do. Like, most people want to become like a police officer, like firefighter, professional athlete. At that age, like, it's all fun and games. And it really helps you like get a good sense of, different career paths and everything. And then you're associated with the appropriate role models. Needless to say, everyone at the youth center was fantastic when I went there. I definitely feel like I could connect with anyone there. They were always so nice, and like the teachers, the teachers, the teen supervisors, and staff workers, they were all just like, they're so like, on it. Like, they really did care about the kids, and they wanted them to, behave right, and just, they get it. So, all right, so children left alone after school, the negative effects. They're involved in risky behaviors, like drugs, alcohol, and sex. It's definitely something you don't want them to be involved in. And I have a statistic on this. Teens who don't participate in after-school programs are 3 times more likely to use marijuana or other drugs. They're more likely to drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes. So you definitely, at that age, they're not really sure what's right or wrong. So you need to have them have a nice role model to look to, so they're not involved in those risky behaviors. It's really detrimental to their future. They become lazy and don't get enough exercise if they're, home alone after school, because I don't think any of those, or really any kid's going to want to go home and just do their homework the first thing they do. But if they're in a good learning environment like the after-school program, then they're definitely going to be able to, have the role models to allow them to work on that. And also, the negative effects would be associated with the poor influences. Because there's always, there's always that group in the community that just doesn't make the right decisions. And it's unfortunate, but you definitely don't want to have that passed on. I'm sure no parent out there would want their kid to be involved in those. And also, most juvenile crimes occur from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., homicides included. That's a really bad thing to happen for a kid that young. It's 13%, I believe it was, and all the other times were 6% or something, so it's really substantial. And, those things like homicides even, you definitely don't want those to ever happen to anyone. It's really unfortunate because, that is their future, and it's really crucial that, they don't get involved in that. And also, if your children's left alone after school, they're not going to be able to see the full benefits of having an education because they're going to be taking it for granted. They're just going to go to school one day, and they're just going to, go there and not really do anything with it. I mean, they could be, really, involved in it and engaged, but they're most likely not because they're not going to be able to, have the motivation or push from anyone to do their work. So, success of my project. So yeah, I'd say my project has been pretty successful. I definitely pushed my comfort limits a lot with the public speaking, engaging with kids and all the staff workers there. It was a really good experience, and I definitely enjoyed helping the kids there because they're all great kids, different personalities. It was really awesome to see that, and they're all very receptive to me. The moment I would walk in, the first time I actually walked in, they would always be like, "Yeah, who's the new guy? Who's that?" And then it was always really cool to just introduce myself to them. And they would eventually they'd always be like, "Hi Ben, how's it going?" Even when I went the other day to take the pictures, after a while, they still recognized me, which I thought was really cool. And it was a new experience, like I said before, because I never really had the opportunity to work with kids, but it was definitely something I wanted to do because I was involved at a younger age. I would definitely do it all over again if I could. It was just a really good experience, and those kids were just, really good kids. Thank you. So I'd like to thank everyone at the Bow Youth Center. From the time I walked in to the time I left, everyone was just so pleasant and nice, and they always were supportive of me and everyone there, and it was so easy to get along with. And then all my peers keeping me on track. Just basically, at the beginning, I kind of fell behind because I was a little hesitant in this project, and everyone just, kept me going, kept me confident with it. Definitely couldn't thank you guys enough. And most importantly, my mentor, Janice, because like I said, you definitely helped me the most with this project, because without you, I don't think this project would have been what it was. I didn't know what I wanted to do at first, but you know, you kept me up there, you like kept me on track, we met weekly, which is really big for me, and thank you very much. And that is my senior project.
Anybody have any questions for Ben?
And what is the single most important thing you learned about yourself doing this project?
I definitely learned that, you know, I could, that, you know, I haven't used my time well in past years and past projects, but with this project, I definitely like kind of fell behind at first, but then I like kind of realized that, you know, I definitely could do this, and also public speaking, because I feel like I've also grown a lot in that aspect with all these, you know, speaking assignments, and yeah, it's been really helpful.
Okay, thank you.